Podcasting made simple. At Jester Studios, we do it for you. All you need to do is sit down and talk. We do the rest. We'll film, we'll edit, and we'll distribute. Podcasting made simple with Jester Studios.
Yeah. Yo, you know what it is. Today I'm hanging out with a very close friend, somebody that I look up to, in the music scene, bro.
What up?
Welcome. Blaklez. This is dope. This is dope.
I'm glad I'm here. This is beautiful. Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
Everything looks beautiful.
Thank you for coming through, fam.
New work for you, huh?
Yeah, bro. I have to first say congratulations to you. Freedom of Fame.
Thank you.
1 million views reloaded.
Yeah.
Yo, bro. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
That was something powerful. One of my favorites of you, actually. From the first one, not even reloaded. Just the first one was like touching. And I want to touch base on that. Like, it's 1 million views. You got to work with Pro. How was that like? What was the relationship like? How was that?
It's crazy because I'd met the big homie like many times before. He'd kicked knowledge to me. We'd never really been on songs or anything. Just chilling, and he's like, yo, I like your work. So we decided to do a remix because the song was really
crazy.
Kind of sort of changed the trajectory of my career.
Yes.
So we decided to keep it alive, and I thought to myself, let's do a remix. Actually, a lot of people don't know the story.
I'm glad we're talking.
Yeah, so we decided, okay, let's get Reason on it. Reason was like really fire at the time in the hip hop scene.
Yes.
Just on No Sleep. There was a lot happening around him.
For sure.
And we needed one person.
Wow.
We didn't know who. So I suggested Jebba.
Wow.
Right? And he's like, yeah, Jebba.
That would actually be crazy. I'm thinking of it now.
So I hit him up. I couldn't get a hold of him.
Yeah.
His phone just rang unanswered. We needed to record the following day because it was a Monday. We needed to record Tuesday and drop the song on the Friday.
Wow.
So I didn't have a replacement. And I'd put out a flyer this time telling people, yo,
damn,
I've got 3 people with me doing this song. Who do you think it is? 2 people,
Wow.
And everybody was like guessing.
Damn.
So I didn't have a third spot. And then my boy at the time, Tippy, said to me, how about Pro?
Wow.
And I was like, Pro? Cool, let me hit him up. Couldn't get a hold of him, hit up Red Button. Red Button's like, yo, what do you need him for? I'm like, no, I need him on this song. He's like, yo, he's going to go crazy because he loves that record.
Yeah.
So within 15 minutes, Pro hits me back.
Wow.
And I could hear my joint playing in the background.
Wow. Hey.
And it was like an easy mellow guy. He's like,
for sure.
Sure. I'm like, sure, good man.
Wow.
Sharp. I'm not. Okay, so when do you need it? I'm like, no, we're recording it tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm announcing the lineup. And he's like, okay, give me the address.
Damn.
Hit him with the address. Following day, he got there before me. We recorded with this friend of mine called Jay Lawless. He was there already jamming with him the whole day.
Wow.
And I said, yo, when did he get here? He's like, about 2-3 hours ago.
Damn. That's beautiful.
And we were, we said he was hoping to sit and talk about music, life, which is what we did.
For sure.
And he wanted to speak about the song. And do I mean it, or is it just, am I posturing, cloud chasing? And I said, no, I mean it. I've been through a lot. For sure. And he said, then this is the song that's probably going to define you for the rest of your career. No matter what you do.
Yo.
Like, this is the song that's going to define you.
And he was right, dog. Like that thing, I don't know, there was just some sort of energy around it. Like, this new thing you brought, dog. I don't know. It was a whole new energy for you. It was beautiful to see.
Yeah, it was. I think I may have introduced a new side to the game. Because if you remember, it was during a time when there was like Doc Shebeleza, there was like
for sure.
Congratulate, and those guys were at the height of their beef and stuff, So I came in and there was Kara Kara, there were like really party songs.
Yeah, there was party songs out there.
So when I recorded the original and I released it, before the guys that I was working with, my boy Tippy from Cap City Records, he was saying, yo, are you sure you want to release this song when these guys are out. And it's like beef, and it's like cara. It's just excitement within
Oh
the
yeah,
game.
I'm sure. I'm sure of that.
And then like, you're just gonna switch your whole game up and go all reflective and revolutionary and conscious. And I said, I need to. I think people need to hear what the other side of the coin has to say.
And you know what's dope for me, dog, is that what I've learned from you is that taking that stand, you know. Yeah. How many artists wouldn't say, I'm saying in a time like that, the normal thing is, nah, it's not our time. Let's not drop. But you on the other end, I'm very much like that. And we take the risk. If we believe in it, we take the risk. Because look, also a certain market with the lyricism that comes across from you, bro. It's like, there's no play games here. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying it's very easy that the best shit for me flies over people's heads.
But you see, for me, and it's a conversation I've been having with the homies, I think we need to stop thinking like that.
Yeah.
I think we need to understand that we're a niche genre.
For sure.
Hip-hop
That's
is a
true.
niche genre.
That's
that
true.
doesn't mean that it's just small and there are not enough people. It means
100%.
It means that it's acquired, and if it makes enough noise, even the part-timers will come visit it, but the core will always be there.
And that's why I said you have that outlook, which I've learned from, is to stop looking at it that way. Yeah. Because it's not like that.
I tell you what, at some point I got lost in the sauce as well, because this country, things can get hectic.
Yeah, that's true.
And people can make you feel like you're not doing enough, or you're fading away. And sometimes we get so pressed to try and prove to people that actually I'm still here. And then you start doing things that are outside.
Damn, bro, I'm glad that you're touching on this.
Yeah, because we've all fallen into it.
And they need to hear it.
Yeah,
you know?
We need to talk about it and be honest. And what the niche does, and I hope my niche will do that with me. If they don't, they'll be doing me a disservice. They must whip me every time I get out of line.
Yeah.
They must tell me.
For sure.
They are the standard. Because I'm talking about people who discovered you maybe at your lowest, and you're trying to find yourself, and they moved with you. So they care. They feel like they know you. So they should have an opinion.
True.
Casual fans are a different thing. Casual fans are people who will leave when the new guy comes.
That's the truth.
You understand?
That's the truth.
You find some people who are showing you love 2 years ago are making fun of you. You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I've fallen into that before.
It's very easy to, because of, like you said, when you're going through the worst too. You know, besides this music, because not everything's just music for us. You know, you have a family, you have daughters. You know, we all have these things around us that are going on, and sometimes, dog, the music is the way we release it.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's not a release. We all go through that phase where it's more of a damn. I'm caught up right now. Am I making the right moves, or what's going on? And like you're saying, lost in the sauce for no reason. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. You're right. You know, those questions, whether you're making the right moves, doing the right thing, I think we have decided and committed this year to try and make a bit of an industry out of this niche thing, and a bit of an economy out of it.
Wow.
With all of us.
Damn.
Obviously, it'll be difficult to sell it to everyone else, that we are stronger together within
for
this
sure
thing, for it to boom with the young people and those who've grown up with it. We need to keep it as stable as we can, and identify it differently from everything else.
For sure.
It's like rock music. Your hardcore rock fans will not want anything diluted, and they'll still have fans who in society will say, this guy is weird, these guys are weird, but it's like, that's what they identify with.
That's what they are.
You understand? Yeah. So the world is filled with people who just want to belong somewhere. Whether it's music, whether it's acting or whatever, but people want to belong. Sometimes people want to listen to a certain type of music because they feel a certain type of way.
Truth.
If we're all doing the same thing, then we're taking away another outlet for fans and creatives.
Of course. So, yeah. And also to give it like, everything has its time, you know, and sometimes I think that it's like, let's say our genre, for instance, you know, it's like when we're getting deep into our storytelling and our bars, you know, relating with people. Yeah. Maybe it seems that like, it's not getting what it deserves, but it's not that way. And that's what you're trying to say, is that like, we can't preach that thing, because
I'll tell you what, one of the things that I want to make a lot of people aware of, is that not everybody wants to be the it guy. I don't know if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
But the industry and the dynamics of this industry, and maybe to some extent the people who say they like music in this country, pressure you into saying, well, Chad, if you're not next to, your name is not up in lights like A, B, or C, then you're not doing enough. So you find people literally chasing the guy on top as opposed to chasing whatever it is, purpose that they have. For example, say take an Adele or a Kendrick Lamar.
For sure.
You are hardly ever going to hear Adele playing in the club unless a DJ decided to remix it.
That's true.
But when she drops music, she's the most talked about artist at that time.
Hands down,
she sells more than anyone who's dropping with her at that time.
I love
that. Same with Kendrick Lamar, who just spent 5 years. I'm not, the dynamics again are different.
Of course.
But I'm saying he doesn't pit himself up against Drake.
You've got a point.
Yeah, and he's not necessarily coming off trying to be deliberately the top guy, tweeting, fighting with someone here. And then,
I think that has gotten you, though, to where you are, because understanding that. I'm trying to get people to understand that thing.
But I've fallen into the trap of thinking that I should also be chasing that. And
I've been there.
Yeah, and then when you do, you abandon some of your core beliefs and you abandon some of
who you are.
It's
like this thing oozes out of you more, Mara.
Right.
Like when you talk about it, it oozes out of you that like, yo, what he's saying makes so much sense. Why was I thinking that way? Yeah. And that's why I'm so happy, because there's kids gonna watch this and be like, damn, like there is a way for me. Yeah. I don't have to go that way.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. And you and I are blessed enough to be alive to see.
That's true.
The error in whatever ways, or because
for sure
you could be disloyal to me, or I could be disloyal to you, but we cannot be disloyal to ourselves.
That's true.
And think we're going to really live with that disloyalty to ourselves. It's going to bug you every day.
It will get you. Yeah, it will get you. It's like a thief trying to sleep. Well, some do, but I'm saying like with that guilty conscience, you just won't do it because it's like, damn, I got to toss and turn.
Yeah, that's why you get some criminals become really cold, because it's like, for me to be able to live with this thing, it must not matter at all.
Wow. Yeah, and I feel like, that's crazy.
So you could die to yourself artistically in that way.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never looked at it like that. Before you know it, quicker than you know it, it's like you've just killed what's been birthed.
Correct.
By doing nothing, just your mind, your thoughts. And that's why I said the thoughts. There was a song that you dropped. Remember, you were going through your things. Like, like you said, your highs and lows. There was something, bro, that thing made me, like, I shed a tear when I was pumping it. I still tweeted you that day, and I was like, dog, are you fine and stuff? And like, but it's so dope because, look, the bottom brings the best out of us, and it's done that to you. I think there was a stepping stone even then. After that week that you went through that thing, you put it all there. You remembered who you are. And it's like, dog, you came back 10 times stronger. There was something powerful. Can we talk about that song? Can we talk? It was very deep. It was very deep. And I love deep because I'm a deep guy, And that's why I relate to you, is because you're so real. And you told them, this is what's going on. I'd rather put it on in the music. What was the thoughts behind there, man? Like, it's just, I've been there where there's a dark cloud around me. And I feel like I'm stuck. And like you're saying, it's like, it's not a nice place to be. Thank God for music, though. And thank God.
Chad, man, like, the whole basis of that song, the song is called I Have No One.
Yes, I Have No One.
But the way I wrote that song was, if you listen towards the end with people calling my phone and voice messages, the whole ending of the song disproves the title of the song.
Hey, I got goosebumps.
I
got goosebumps, yeah.
Imagine I take that decision to end it all, or to do something to myself. 1 second, just 1 second before someone or a million people call me to reassure me.
Damn.
It's like a guy that's been digging for gold, and he's like been digging at this wall, and just on the last day where he's supposed to like really now hit it one more time, and he sees a bit of gold shining through a little hole that he's just plugged through. he decides I'm gonna let it go. I've been doing this thing for 3 years.
Sure.
My wife is right. This is not working.
Damn,
he walks
bro.
away. A stranger walks past, like, what is that shiny thing? Goes, touches it, discovers all the gold.
Wow.
The whole point of that flawed analogy is that it can never be. I don't think for somebody like me, it can never be that no one cares.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm talking about someone like me. I'm not talking for everyone.
No, for sure. For sure.
And I mean it in a sense that there's always someone that's worried about you somewhere or worried about the choices you make. I think when we're in good moments, we tend to make the worst decisions.
Yeah.
And then when we fall into the consequences of our decisions, it's the world hates us. Right? In the beginning is the world hates on us because we're in a good moment and everybody's like, oh, slow down with that. Maybe look at it this way, like, oh, you're hating. Right? Then you fall into some real deep shit. Like it's bad because of your actions.
Damn.
And now you're like, well, everybody hates me. Hold on. Everybody was loving you in your good moments, telling you don't do this way.
So what are you talking about?
Yeah, so I chose to surround myself with people who have something to gain from me so they agree with everything I say.
Ah, wow.
You get me?
I get
now
you.
I'm talking specifically industry and
Of course.
art and what we're in, because you and I and all the guys that you call in here are 1%ers in a sense that we have that extra 1% that can either make us great or drive us over the edge.
That's true.
So we are crazy. Every time you get with a woman that doesn't understand the arts, it takes some getting used to, right? She has to get used to your downers, and she has to get used to when you're up. Sometimes your mood can go, then tomorrow is, you know.
Different.
So you need somebody to understand you, and having somebody that decides that even though that's different to them, and they decide to stick by you and learn.
It's crazy.
That's also somebody caring about you. You know what I'm saying? So the whole song wasn't the self-pity.
No, I didn't feel that at all.
Yeah,
you know?
so I want apart from the obvious that I do care for the people that listen to my music, and I love this country. I love the people in it. I love this continent so much. I just wanted people to just look outside of themselves. The song was like, I wanted people to look at me and think, I'm not all right. Because I was fine when I wrote that song.
Wow.
I was fine. I had to embellish some things in my life.
Definitely.
You know, I had to speak about fatherhood. I had to speak about money. I had to speak about, you know, a lot of things. I had to embellish some things, but I wasn't going through anything at that moment. I may have taken experiences that I have had and me watching society, and I combined everything so it's not self-indulgent.
Wow.
So what it did for many people is they said, oh, so he also goes through this. Some people thought, my word, I need to check on him.
It's crazy.
Which is great, but the whole point of the song wasn't that I'm going through it.
It's crazy.
The whole point of the song was that anybody can go through it.
And it made me feel that. That's
anybody.
it. I felt like I was going through the exact same thing and you didn't know.
Can I tell you something about you, Chad?
Yeah.
Sorry, man, I'm talking.
No. You carry on.
Let me tell you the burden that you carry.
Yeah.
Just, you know, stop me or correct me.
Yeah.
So you're a white guy.
Yeah.
In the game. The judgment that befalls you is different.
It's very different
from the one that would befall me.
Of course.
You're a white guy.
Of course.
You know, white in this country is associated with privilege.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully
because of
so.
how the status quo has been and how it continues to be.
For sure.
So when you drop a dope song, you have to contend with the fact that everybody feels that you probably have the money to push it.
That's 100%.
And since you're white, it means you're rich. So your song is playing because, you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody thinks that.
No,
not everybody.
For sure.
I'm saying the burden that sometimes you have to carry.
And that's what I was going through at the time when I heard that song, because I didn't really I didn't want to come out like that, like you said, trying to self-pity or trying to feel sorry for myself because it's that way. You know, it's obviously that way for a reason.
But is it that way?
No.
Or is it something that you yourself
have painted this picture and that you think it is? Look, I'll definitely say there's a huge percentage that thought that way or think that way, you know, because I come across it still till today where you'll pull up and it's just the assumption of, he just got it handed to him or anything like that, you know? And it's like, what happens when I hit a low and when I'm like, that's not the truth, but I don't feel they need to know the truth like that about your circumstance.
Perfectly
I think that's between you and God, you know? Sure. And I think that's where the maturity had to come in, because I learned from this and I was like, yo, I could either go out here and tweet about my feeling sorry for myself and nobody listens like this, or people think twice when it's Chad, or I could speak some dope shit on that mic like I know I can.
I feel you've been doing that.
Yeah.
And I was speaking to the homies about it. I feel like you've been doing that.
Back to the drawing board.
But besides going back to the drawing board, there's been a lot of advancement artistically as well for you. For sure. Personal growth over certain things that we shared off this mic that we probably won't share. But I just want to say, like, you need to ease that burden off yourself and just write music.
Wow.
You know, just write music.
I needed to hear that right now.
Yeah, you know, when I met you, like you came across as a guy that really was going over the top to try and help people. But almost like you were helping them and hoping for their acceptance. There was always someone around you, and you know, whatever.
You hit it on the nail, fam.
Yeah. No, I see you.
And many people don't know me like you know me. You go back with me when I just came out. You and I were at studio. We were chilling. You were giving me advice, and you spot on the nail. That's why I got to give you that.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, you know, we go through. I've been through it where I've kicked it with people for a little while, and at some point, some people reject you, you know, and you kind of like, and sometimes they don't realize that that's what they're doing or that's how they're making you feel. Like, it's like, yo, but we were riding when it was like this.
Damn.
Now, and then you get angry, and it's like, it brings a whole bunch of confusion for you. It's like, oh man, you know?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I've been through that.
You told me, it's like you said, you know where that came from, and I want to be honest. It's so dope to talk about it. Is that thing of like,
I think you should, yeah.
I think like, yo, I'm being looked at as this guy that is just privileged and here, and he's lucky, but now that's not who I am, fam. I'm really dope in rap, and I'm looking for acceptance just because I have that heart where it's like, yo, I love Blacklez's raps. I look up to him. I want the same thing back. I just want to show him how dope I am, but it became a crutch because it's like, that's not how the world works, fam. You know what I mean? And if I didn't go through that, would I be standing here today? Would I be hearing this from you even? I'm saying, like, it's growth. It's dope. You know, I don't think people have the patience and the balls, I'll be honest with you, to go through what we have to go through to be here still in this rap game, doing what we do.
Yeah, and I think you need to look at what your contribution to. Actually, I think when you said back to the drawing board, you said it very nicely. You put it very nicely, because you basically just went back, recapped on how when you came in, you had good intentions.
That's it.
So the drawing boards would be the intentions you had when you came in, mixed with the experience of how it can get difficult. And the dream is no longer just romantic. It's got a bit of realism in it.
It's got a lot of it. Yeah.
So now you go back to the drawing board and say, man, my intentions were almost corrupted, where it's me the whole time, when it's about building a community. Because when you get together with a woman or whatever you prefer as a person, and you try and say, we're going to build a family.
That's it.
It means that you plus one makes a unity. You understand?
That's true.
You hardly ever find people who are by themselves.
It's crazy.
Even if they say they don't have friends, they always have somebody they see regularly, like a friend, or
of course.
They go to work and they spend time with this guy at work more often. They'll say, no, but he's not my friend. He's just, you understand? So
of course.
People are inadvertently not opposed to unity. That's how they function. But it's just some people who want to have dominion over the collective that sometimes have a problem. People shouldn't want to have dominion over a collective. The collective should say, Chad, you're the one.
That's it. That's crazy.
And they should come to you and comfort you that we believe you can do it. You should always be daunted and fazed by everything. This whole bravado that I'm the best, whatever, is cool. But I'm saying you should always submit yourself to the task ahead. Then you can spot the gaps that, okay, this I can do
Bro, it's
better.
like you came here to tell me. It's like I don't have you on my show. You here just to preach to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything it's such a blessing, bro. And I want you to know that. It's like you came here really saying some profound shit, man.
Yeah, for sure, like dog. It's things that, when I said earlier to you that I also wanted to get there to the heights and be the most talked about, I'm like, yo, but those are just my wants, you know? Like, what is my purpose, you know, versus my wants? You understand? And the worst thing that God can do for me is give me over to myself.
Damn,
because I'm going to ruin my fucking life.
Damn, we're going to fuck it up, right?
If he could give, like, the worst thing, I'm not strong enough to... I'm not strong enough, man. I've made a string of bad decisions.
For sure.
Because I was either too emotional or...
Hey, I was there too.
Yeah, or too self-indulgent, you know?
Yeah.
And anything that has to do too much with the self. If it's self, it's self-love. And the self-love comes in how you handle yourself and how you treat other people. It's also part of self-love. If I'm violent towards you and I'm vile towards you,
what's coming out?
It's of disrespect to myself.
For sure.
So, like you said, and I like what you said, and I'll go back to it. And even after this, going back to the drawing board, it's not a strip everything and start again. It's experiences taught me now. When I get back on this journey, I know that there's a sharp curve over there.
You see,
you know what I'm saying?
And we will handle our emotions different through those times.
Yeah,
you know
me and you,
saying?
surveillance, and we're alive now to get back on the journey again.
100%.
Dog, it's like we're privileged enough to recreate moments that we kind of messed up. That's a privilege.
It's a huge privilege. I think like, yo, just we take a lot for granted, fam. You know, R.I.P. Kumduze. This was a police officer that was very close to me in Mamelodi. Just got messages from Tebza, you know, my road manager. They say they popped him. So
on duty. Yeah,
he was shot in Mamelodi right now.
I'm so sorry.
That's so crazy, man. You know, very close friend of mine, police officer.
Bro,
life is short, you know. R.I.P. to Dimples, R.I.P. to Ricky Rick, all the ones we lost this year. City Lights, you know.
You should say that.
It's crazy.
This young bull that we...
Famo, I saw you posting something and I wanted to ask you about it when I saw you.
Yeah. Hey, dog. This kid, Lobs.
Yeah.
He's a graphic designer. Talented dude, man. He did a couple of things for me. Also did Slow Poison for me and Cover. He did a lot of things. He also had aspirations of rapping. He'd send me some stuff, you know. 3 days ago, I missed a call of his.
Damn.
Nah. I missed his call, and then yesterday I tried to return. I remembered, I tried to call him in the morning. His phone was off. Early evening, I get a phone call that he hanged himself.
Hey, man. I'm sorry about that, dog. Hey.
And maybe
the boys are, you know, the times, and that's exactly what you were talking about. Why I said it's so profound is we need.
But I'm talking about a guy who really like cared, you know.
Yeah.
Loves was a guy that put other people before himself as well, and whenever he would detect if I needed something, or or if
he was
listen
there
to a song and say, "Are you all right?" or what, I'm like, "No. Remember, I'm a writer." So, and he'll tell me about his stories and how certain songs changed his life. You know, the constant need for him to always and show me his work and what some work means and what it symbolizes, and sometimes he'd critique. A lot of the time, man. And say, I think you're going too far towards trying to please that. And he was that kind of young bull, you know?
Wow.
And I won't lie to you, Chad. Part of the reason I was late this morning is because it hit me this morning.
Damn.
And I spent the whole morning, and I'm not ashamed to say that, just wailing. I called P-Dot's phone and I said, yo, is this what happens? Do the good guys just lose?
Hey, fam, I feel that way a lot.
You understand?
Know?
Like,
yeah.
It's like, do the good guys just lose? Do we get into this thing and then they love you for a little while after the RIPs, everybody loves you and you can't even feel it, then they move on? Is because this is a kid that really wanted to change his surroundings and his community, and now we're sitting here talking about him posthumously. It's crazy.
R.I.P. Young King.
You know?
I don't know, that's the thing, the vanity in life, things that don't make sense. I've always wondered about those things. And thank God for music, like I say, because God knows if it wasn't for that, what I would be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know if I'm but that was something very powerful. We touched on something very powerful. To close up, I need to talk about the new project.
Yeah.
You know, I know you can't talk. I know that you can't talk about too much. I don't want you to give too much away. Yeah. The first one was crazy, fam. You and P came through on so many levels. It's like I love what you did with the first one, and people are waiting. The demand for this one is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So just touching base, anything that they can expect from this one different, or is there anything you can say about this project that's
better
exciting?
Than the previous one.
Better than the previous one.
It's
you heard
it's much better, much more musical.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of growth in it. You get to hear a lot about different topics that you wouldn't have thought about.
Wow.
Also, I don't think we had planned to make a certain type of album.
Yeah.
I think we got in there, and usually when I get in there with P, the direction comes when we're together.
For sure.
So, yeah, you will get to hear about our individual issues and our collective issues. You'll get to hear about the good times, the challenging ones, but there is no whinging or complaining. Everything is really
it's dope.
Progressive, but we do touch on the issues and love, life, and all of you'll get to hear
that's dope.
More about what
Envy also plays a huge role with UNP, right? And
he's always sort of musically directing, and
it's the family.
It's the family. He's a part of the music
for sure.
He's a part of the music. So when we drop the album or when we do that listening party, he would have known everything because he had a hand in what we were doing and how we were doing it. And there were arguments. Sometimes we just literally go chill, smoke some, drink, just listen to the music, think about the ideas. There are a lot of ideas that we're trying to center around Lost Diamonds and how we include the city and the country at large and people at large, people like yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously, without saying too much, there's a lot behind the scenes that's happening.
For sure.
To try and create that economy I was speaking about. When I say economy, I don't just mean financially. I mean
for sure.
I mean support. You need
support-wise.
Wealth in support. You need wealth in a lot of things that we need to do ourselves. I'm now done. I'm finished. I'm done waiting for support and waiting for government to do this, whatever. If we're going to use the arts and our gifts to uplift our communities and our people, then so be it.
Yeah. You guys are doing a great job, fam. You especially. I mean, you've been here for some time and you've stayed consistent. You've only grown into this person who is sitting right in front of me, and all I can say is I've learned from you. You know what I'm saying? Sure. There's many people that, what would the hip-hop game be without Blaklez? You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad some people feel like that, man.
No, I feel like that. I'm a rapper, and I feel like that. I know that. You know what I'm saying?
But we go through so many moments of doubting ourselves because of what we were talking about. How we look at ourselves as pitting ourselves against another person whose blessings we don't understand.
For sure.
We don't know what trappings come with those blessings and what they had to overcome. If we had to walk the same route, would we have even lasted enough to get there? You understand?
You see, so all in all, it's about connecting the dots, and I think that you do that well through the crazy times. Yeah. We just gotta stay present because we never know, fam, when it's the last. Like you said, your boy, R.I.P. to him, it's just crazy times. I think out there, after the COVID thing, there were so many different things, so many different challenges that life has just changed, But we rise above and we carry on doing what we do. I just want to thank you, though, for taking your time.
I like what you just said by staying present. We were talking about it on the phone with P.
Yeah.
Especially on social media. You get a lot of people try to break me down, try to break you down. All the guys that are like in the public eye. Not even, you don't have to be in the public eye.
You don't even have to. Just,
but we were speaking about our presence is important.
Yeah.
You know, some people need to look towards some people and say, that's positive.
That's true.
You know, we could say, well, I don't do social media no more, whatever. But then again, all there will be on that platform is that kind of, you know, crabs in a bucket mentality.
For sure. For sure.
So we need to stay present, even in our difficult moments, to show people that, look, we go through it, but still come out of it with some sort of class. You know what I mean?
And that's true. Yeah. Come out of it with class. I love that. I'm taking that. that. But thank you for your time. Thank you for coming out here, bro. Any advice to anybody out there listening, bro, that wants to become a rapper? Times are tough. They say, yo, man, like, how do I do this? Which direction do I go, Liz? I think, is there anything that we can just say to them, bro, to keep them on the right track?
I think they just need to replay this whole...
Yeah, what happened here today was...
This episode is we've spoken about it all. I mean...
Yeah, that's true. We covered a lot. You
are designed to stand the test of time. You don't have to be anyone else. Your design is your own.
It's been a great 2022 so far. You've got great verses on philosophy. There's that was one of my favorite verses, bro. I just got to give you credit for that. You and Pdoto Soul dropped some power.
Kings,
Night King, you know, Night Kings.
Shout out to Pdoto Soul.
Yeah, shout out Pdoto Soul representing. It's the hip hop game is dope, man. It's better than it's ever been for me. You know, I'm looking forward to Lost Diamonds 2. There's so much, bro, that's about to happen, you know, so much goodness. I thank you for your presence, bro, for coming out here. God bless, and we'll catch you on this episode. Can't wait for y'all to see it. Bless up.
No doubt.